Control players denied.
Hey Control Nation, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dr. Red. In this video, we are going over all of the draw cards. If a card helped you get more cards into your hand, we're going to cover it. We have two separate lists, one with just Journey Together cards, and one with cards from all the other sets. That's because there are so many, we kind of fit them into one list. I'll also be adding some commentary on deck lists and ideas you might try. Please add your own in the comments. Also, I want to thank the channel members, the arborists. Thank you for your support and in making CPU what it is, and thank you to all the Discord members who keep the conversation going. Now, without further ado, let's get started. We have Baby Decidueye, stock up on feathers, draw until you have 7 cards in your hand. You can pair this with Decidueye EX, make it its own archetype. It's a meme card, so it's not going to see much play. Rabsca triple draw 3 cards. Teal Mask Goker EX, absolute powerhouse in the meta. It's paired with Hydrapple EX. It's also its own archetype in Terra Box. Teal Dance ability. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic Grass Energy card from your hand to this Pokemon. If you attach energy to a Pokemon this way, draw a card. You can do this up to 4 times a turn. Use Energy Switch, and then put them on 1 Teal Mask and attack. Ameliorated Leaf Shower does 30 plus 30 more damage for each energy attached to its active Pokemon. So what's not to like? Chandelure. This is its own archetype. Alluring Light ability. Once during your turn, you may have each player draw a card. It's oftentimes paired with Baby Comfey, where each player is drawing 3. Then you slap it on you slap down its Erosix Machinations on your opponent. Force them discard all but 3 cards in their hand. You could also do a Retreat Lock kind of a deck out list where you have a Retreat Locker like Totodile or Knockley in the active. Retreat Lock your opponent, force them to draw. Then you use Airy to get rid of their switching cards. Really, really fun archetype to play. Victini, Flippity Flap, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6. Lumineon, draw until you have 6 in your hand. Magikarp, flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, draw a card. Octillery, when you play this Pokemon from your hand, you evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn. You may draw 3. You could just play Pressatura Scenario and loop it as much as you want. Quaquaval Up Tempo ability. You must put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. None of these cards up to this point see any play. They're all meme cards. Oricorio, same deal. Pep up, shuffle your hand to your deck, then draw a card for each benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So if you and your opponent both have 8 on the bench with Air 0 Underdepths, that would be 16 cards. Wow. Cleffa Grasping Jaw, a staple in many decks. It's a free retreater, and for a free attack, you can draw until you have 7 in your hand, oftentimes paired with Frostlass spread, but anything really can use it. Comfey, what we just talked about, Flower Shower, each player draws 3 cards. This is the deck out option for single prize decks, or if you just don't want to put Chi-Yu EX into your hand, which will mill 2 off of your opponent's top deck. Comfey is the one, just get your opponent down to 3 cards, mill them for the win. Mew EX, restart. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. Now that Bibarel is gone, you can pair this with Skwovet, put your hand on the bottom of your deck, draw a card. Then you can use restart to get 2 more. Genome hacking, copying your opponent's attacks isn't bad, and free retreat is awesome. Tinkaton, gather materials. You must discard a card from your hand, and if you do, draw 3. This is good in Tinkaton EX decks to get more cards into your hand to get bigger damage. Togetic, shared piece. Each player draws 3. Like Comfey, but with a colorless, and it's on a stage 1. Not preferable. Togekiss, precious gift ability. Once at the end of your turn, after you attack, you may use this ability, draw until you have 8 cards in your hand. Maybe some kind of a stall deck would want this, but it is a stage 2, so you're going to have to take your time getting it set up. Xatu, this is in a lot of psychic decks or colorless decks that can use any energy, of course. Clairvoyant Sensibility, once during your turn, you may attach a basic psychic energy card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, draw 2 cards. It's paired with Bayonet EX, Espathra EX, not with Gardevoir, as Gardevoir is self-charging. Anything you can think of, Xatu is a fantastic card to play with. Absol Drawareness. You may discard a number of cards from your hand until you have 4 or fewer, then draw until you have 5 in your hand. This would be great for anything that wants to get something into the discard pile. Crobat, Shadowy Envoy. Once during your turn, if you play Janine's Secret Art from your hand during this turn, you may draw until you have 8 in your hand. Fezandipiti EX, staple in so many decks. Flip the script. Once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out, you may draw 3 cards. You can't use more than one flip the script ability each turn. This card is absolutely everywhere. It's in any archetype you can think of. Definitely will be here until it rotates on the H block. Bronzor Mirror Draw. Draw until you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent. Gholdengo EX. It's its own archetype. It was paired with Palkia V-Star. Now it's being paired with Dragapult. Coin bonus, once during your turn, you may draw a card. If this Pokemon's in the active, draw another one. So if you have 4 in play, that's 2 in the active plus 3 on the bench. That's up to 5 cards, assuming you're not doing any switching around. Revavroom, this is seeing more play now that Bibarel's gone. Again, Rumbling Engine ability. You must discard an energy card from your hand to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw cards, so you have 6 in your hand. This would be really good to pair with Blaziken EX, because Blaziken can accelerate an energy once per turn from the discard pile, so you can discard an energy, draw till you have 6. If you get another energy, attach for turn, use Blaziken, and you're energizing 2 per turn. Then if you use Crispin, you get 3 per turn. So definitely worth considering. Drakloak, as we all know, it's the stage 1 on the way to Dragapult EX, its own archetype, arguably the BDIF as of the posting of this video. The ability Recon Directive states, once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one into your hand, put the other at the bottom. This is also a good draw engine for any number of control decks that don't want to use Pidgeot EX. It's a 1 prize liability. If you get 3 on the bench, you're looking at 6 cards, keeping 3 not bad. May not be the one you need, but you can do a lot of different things with all the different tools in your deck. Raging Bolt EX, again, it's its own archetype. It's everywhere. Burst Roar, discard your hand, draw 6. It's also paired with Teal Mask Ogre Pawn EX. For Bellowing Thunder, discarding 70 damage for each card you discard, so just discard the grass energies. Blissey EX, this is a rogue archetype. It's also used with Glass Trumpet to get energy acceleration because of its ability Happy Switch. Once during your turn, move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. But it's in this list because of Return. Draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. 180 damage is not shabby at all. It's 2-shotting everything in the format. It's often paired with Monkey Dory, so you can use Happy Switch to move Darkness Energy from one Monkey Dory to another to heal 30 damage at a time. Cyclizar EX is a meme card. Zircon Road, you may draw 5 cards outright. Dodrio, this was paired with, or excuse me, it is paired with Steelix. The ability Zooming Draw, once during your turn, you may put 1 damage counter on this Pokemon. If you do, draw a card. Be careful. Monkey Dory can get rid of it if you get too high, but it also can charge it up. Dudunsparce, it's in everywhere. It's a draw engine. It's super, super flexible. Runaway Draw, once during your turn, draw 3 cards. If you do this, shuffle this Pokemon, all attached cards into your deck. This also helps prevent deck out, as long as you can get a Dunsparce on the bench to keep recycling it. Farigiraf, either face, choose a player, they shuffle their hand to their deck and draw 4. It's basically Judge on an attack. Kangaskhan EX, triple draw, is just draw 3. Skwovet, we talked about this earlier with Mew EX, of the ability Nest Stash. Once during your turn, you may shuffle your hand and put it on the bottom of your deck and then draw a card. This, with Mew, can be the draw engine for any number of archetypes. You just have to find the room for it. Greedent EX, Skwovet's evolution. Never ever enough for 1 colorless energy. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put those cards into your hand. If you don't, discard them and draw 3. Haven't figured out a way to make this work in control for anything, but I'm sure there's some idea out there. Squawkabilly EX, again, another staple. It's in virtually any deck archetype you can think of. The ability Squawk and Seize. Once during your turn, you may discard your hand and draw 6. You can't use more than one of these during your turn. Also, Motivate, to put 2 basic energies from the discard pile into one of your bench Pokemon, is not too shabby at all either. Just beware, at 160 base HP, it is a liability for KO. Awakening Jump sees absolutely no play in ancient decks. Draw a card for each of your ancient Pokemon in play. Meddling Memo, really, really fun hand control card. Your opponent counts the cards in their hand and shuffles those cards, puts them on the bottom of their deck. If they do, draw that many cards. Unfair Stamp, this is all over the place. It's anywhere from Dragapult to Frostlass Spread. Use this card only if any of your Pokemon were KO'd during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles a hand to their deck, then you draw 5, your opponent draws 2. Cycling Road, once during each player's turn, that player may discard a basic energy in order to draw a card. This is sometimes seen in Gardevoir for getting Psychic Energy into the discard pile in the wake of losing Trade Curlia. Amaris, draw 4. At the end of your turn, if you have 5 or more cards, discard your hand. Atticus, you can use this card only if your opponent's active as poison. Shuffle your hand to your deck, then draw 7. This is good for any deck that wants to run Brute Bonnet with Ancient Booster Energy Capsule to poison both Pokemon at the same time. Brashius, count the cards in your hand, shuffle those cards into your deck, draw that many cards +1. That's a meme card. Same with Caretaker. I've never even seen it on the ladder once. Draw 2, and if you drew any cards in this way, shuffle Caretaker into your deck instead of discarding it. Prevents deck out, but again, you have to draw, so maybe not. Carmine, this is seen in a lot of decks that really want that explosive turn 1, like Ceruledge EX. If you go first, you may use this card during your first turn, discard your hand and draw 5. It's often paired with Squawkabilly EX. Clive sees no play. Your opponent reveals their hand, draw 2 for each supporter you find there. Daisy's Help sees no play. Draw 2. Look at your face down prize cards. This is good if you want to like keep a notepad on the side and write out which of your prizes are where. Dendra sees absolutely no play. Put a card on the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw until you have 5 in your hand. Drasna, I saw some meme play with it when Journey Together was first. I'm sorry, when Surging Sparks was first released. Shuffle your hand to your deck, then flip a coin. If heads, draw 8. If tails, draw 3. Explorer's Guidance. This is a staple in Great Tusk Mill decks. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck, put 2 of them in your hand, discard the other cards. It's also used in Ancient Blocks decks. Faulkner, draw 2. If you have a statement play, draw 2 more. Friends of Paldea, just a simple draw 3. Grusha, interesting card. Draw until you have 5 in your hand. If none of your Pokemon have any energy attached, draw until you have 7 in your hand instead. This is good for those control decks that don't need any energy. You can attack with something like Budew and just don't use energy at all. Iono, absolute powerhouse of a card, arguably the most powerful and important card in this entire video. Each player shuffles their hand and puts on the bottom of their deck. If you do this, each player draws a card for each of the remaining prize cards. So if your opponent has 1 prize card remaining, you can completely hand disrupt them. Just get them down to 1, give yourself a fighting chance. Judge, another staple for a lot of control decks. Each player shuffles their hand to their deck and draws 4. Katie, shuffle your hand to your deck, then draw 8. This is good for control decks that do not want to attack, but just want to stall them, their opponents out. Kofu, this is used as a draw engine in a lot of control decks and a couple of aggro archetypes on the ladder I found. Put 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. If you do that, you may draw 4 cards. This card was made also for the Crabominable archetype. Lacey, shuffle your hand to your deck, then draw 4. If your opponent has 3 or fewer, draw 8. Lucian, this is good for hand control as well. Shuffle your hand, put it on the bottom of your deck. If either player puts any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, you flip a coin. If heads, you draw 6. If tails, you draw 3. Mela, use this card only if any of your Pokemon were KO'd during your opponent's last turn. Attach a basic Fire Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. If you do, draw till you have 6. I've seen this in Gouging Fire EX or anything that wants to use Fire Energy, like maybe Blaziken EX. Miriam sees absolutely no play. Shuffle up the 5 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. If you do, draw 3. Morty's Conviction is seeing a bit more play sporadically. You use this card only if you discard another card from your hand. Draw a card for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This card is used a lot for some reason in Gengar EX. Nimona is just a draw 3. Norman, draw 2. If your opponent's active as a Pokemon EX, draw 2. Ortega sees no play. Your opponent reveals their hand. Choose a card you find there. Put it on the bottom of their deck. If you put a card on the bottom of their deck in this way, your opponent may draw a card. Parasol, shuffle your hand to your deck, then draw 4. If you go second and it's your first turn, draw 8. Picnicker, flip a coin. If heads, draw 4. If tails, draw 2. Professor Saw's Vitality, again, Ancient Blocks and Great Tusk Mill. Choose up to 2 of your ancient Pokemon. Attach a basic energy card from discard pile to each of them. If you do, draw 3. This is also a staple in Raging Bolt EX. Professor's Research, surprise, face reveal. This is what I look like, except I have less hair. Discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Note that it also has a common marker now. Rourke, draw 2. Put a basic energy card from your discard pile into your hand. Rhyme, draw 3. Switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Your opponent chooses the new active. Surfer, this is seen in Hops Zacian EX with Iron Valiant EX. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, draw until you have 5 in your hand. Time, tell your opponent the name of a Pokemon in your hand. Put that Pokemon face down in front of you. Your opponent guesses that Pokemon's HP, then you reveal it. If they guess right, they get 4. If they guess wrong, you get 4. This is really interesting if you pair it with something like Pikachu EX. I had this happen to me on stream. You will use Penny to pick up a Pokemon, Pikachu with 190 HP, but you secretly have the Terra Pikachu with 200 HP in your hand, so your opponent will, if they're paying attention, guess wrong, you'll get 4 cards. Really, really fun card to play. Youngster, shuffle your hand to your deck and draw 5, doesn't see any play. Lucky Helmet, if the Pokemon this card attaches in the active and is damaged by an attack, draw 2. This is a decent, somewhat alternative draw engine if you have absolutely nothing going on otherwise. Enriching Energy is paired with Dudunsparce. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it gives 1 colorless energy. But when you attach this card from your hand to a Pokemon, draw 4. So you'll attach it to Dudunsparce to draw 4. Play Dudunsparce, draw 3 more. Put the energy and the Dudunsparce back into the deck. So you're getting 7 cards in 1 turn. Then we're back to the beginning. Now we have the Journey Together draw cards. Iono's Kilowattrel, which is the draw engine for the Iono archetype. flashing draw ability, you must discard a basic lightning energy from this Pokemon to use this ability. Once during your turn, draw until you have 6. You will use Iono's Belly Bolt EX to attach said energy for free, then discard it right away. Then use the Lavintia Stadium to get energy back right into your hand to do it all over again next turn. Mr. Mime, Mimic, shuffle your hand to your deck, then draw a card for each card in your opponent's hand. And Zoroark EX has the trade ability. This card has the potential to break out as the premier draw engine in any number of archetypes. The problem is that it has a 2-star retreat cost, but that's pretty easy to fix if you attach Rescue Board and Energy or just have a switch card. The ability to trade, discard a card from your hand and draw 2. Magearna, Spike Draw, draw 2 cards. Probably going to be paired with Baxcalibur. Noibat, Rapid Draw, draw a card. Skwovet, collect, draw a card. Greedent, Gluttonous Tail, draw 2 cards. Squawkabilly, add-on, draw 2 cards. Tropius, Fruit Bearing, discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 3. Redeemable Ticket. This is the replacement for Hisui and Heavy Ball. Count your prize cards, shuffle them, put them on the bottom of your deck. Then take that many cards from the top of your deck and put them face down as your prize cards. You risk losing cards that you really need, but let's say you have a 1/1 line of Toedscruel to stop energy retrieval into the hand of your opponent. You have the Toedscruel on your bench. You know Toedscruel's in the prizes, and you really need that Toedscruel. Say you're facing Gholdengo EX. Play a redeemable ticket, get your Toedscruel, and go to town. Billy and Onair. This is a card made for Tinkaton EX. Draw 2. If you have 10 or more cards in your hand, draw 2 more. So Tinkaton EX wants to do damage based on the number of cards in hand. So there's Billy and Onair. Iris's Fighting Spirit can be a draw engine, sort of, for any number of archetypes, lacking a consistent one like Zoroark. Use this card only if you discard another card from your hand. Draw until you have 6 in your hand. Similar to Morty's Conviction, but it's not dependent on your opponent's bench. Professor's Research, discard and draw 7. Note the common marker. And we're back to the beginning. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please take care of yourselves, and may God hold you in the palm of his hand.